All you hoes, you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. All you hoes don't give a damn what you wanna do.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with.
Must reign.
Yes. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another edition, another live stream, another podcast here on the Chaos Rain Show. Welcome. Oh, damn. Welcome again. You know, some drop. I apologize. If you're new to the Chaos Rain Show, make sure to subscribe to the Chaos Rain Show. Hit the top notification bell for uploads, live streams here on the Chaos Rain Show. And also become membership of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Membership has perks. You know, there's 2 tiers. Which one you want to pick is up to you. My social media links are in the description below on every stream, so you might have to keep an eye out when you go back to replay this. It might be in the description. And last but not least, hype this video up and give me comments. You know, everybody has their opinions on most of the topics here on the Chaos Rain Show, but for me to really engage to understand what is really going on, your feedback and your comments help a long way. No further ado, we're gonna play the clips, have my own take. One thing that the importance of today's stream. Do y'all guys recall the thing about when Kevin did about you met your Mr. Right and you blew it? Y'all remember that broadcast? I wonder if anybody remember that broadcast. Matter of fact, I'll do y'all guys one better. I'm gonna check the day when that was released, because this really lines up to today's actual live stream of Lori Harvey and how she blew it. And normally I didn't want to believe what was being circulated throughout the internet personally, and it's always questionable at the end of the day. But let's be fair, honest. This man was in a relationship with you for 2 years. You broke it off with him in, I believe, 2023, if my math serves me. And I think it's around this time. Maybe I got to double check when the relationship really broke off, but I know it was around this month or the next month, roughly, when they broke it off. And one thing is clear, right? Oh, and as you guys come in, please like the stream. That within 2 years, going on the 3rd year, Michael B. Jordan became a producer of his own movie Creed, and he also was made, with the help of Ryan Crew, made the movie they call Sinners, which won a few awards on the Oscars and many other awards. It was nominated 16 awards, nominated, for those that don't know, and one probably made 4 or 5. So this was actually a great year for Michael B. Jordan, like literally. So no further ado, we're gonna get to the videos. Like the stream, share the stream, and if you guys want to engage in the chat room, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's have the conversation. No further ado, we're gonna play this thing with Future, and I work with Mr. Samuels. Let's go.
Hey, tell Steve Harvey I don't wanna.
Keeping stuff to yourself and keeping it private
and learning, you know, when to talk and when not to talk.
These two dudes right here matter to me in a way where, like, you know, like he say, like if we going through something, we'll call each other because we feel for each other because we know the real person.
Right. Yeah.
I know they lying about you online.
Hold on. Not Future is still pressed about Lori dropping him like a bad habit on New Year's. This comes after he clowned the hell out of her for fumbling Michael B. Jordan right before he became an Oscar-winning actor. Apparently, Lori regrets leaving him, and she has reportedly been trying to get back with him even before the Oscar win. But Michael? Oh, he wants nothing to do with her. She had one chance with him, and she blew it. Now she'll have to live with that regret. What's even
And the saddest thing about she blew it, this goes back what Kevin Samuels about said, you're Mr. Right and you blew it. You will see in a minute what I'm talking about. Let's go.
messier about the fact that Future is getting himself involved in this like he wasn't calling Michael a lame just a few years ago. Now, a lot of people are actually not surprised that Future is doing this, because if y'all remember, he single-handedly made his and Lori's breakup messy as hell, even though she was trying her best not to make it a whole thing on social media. And from the looks of it, he is still not over it yet. Not only that, Michael was actually the one she ended up dating right after ending things with him, so he was pissed about it and decided to diss both her and Michael in his song Maybach. He rapped in that song, "Magic City, I'm the owner. Tell Steve Harvey I don't want her." There was an extended version of his verse that leaked right when news hit about her and Michael's relationship. And this version was even more disrespectful than the one he put out. In this one, he said, "Must have forgot to tell her daddy she begged me not to leave. Put baguettes on your ankles damn near up to your knees. She didn't have a choice but to go F a lame after me." Baby, he was dragging her to hell with these verses. And as if that wasn't bad enough, he posted this video of him and Lori in the car and captioned it, "Shoulda never given a messy girl a chance. My apologies to my fans." Now, we all thought this was the end of it. Hell, I'm pretty sure Lori thought it was the end of it too. That was until Michael won the Oscar for Best Actor. A lot of people were quick to congratulate him, as they should, but they also brought up Lori, claiming that she was probably home regretting leaving him. And I mean, to be fair, I can't blame them for thinking this, because since he left her, his career has been moving up faster than it ever was when they were together. That's not to say he was a flop or anything, but baby, you can't compare. People were saying things like, Lori Harvey now knows she fumbled Michael B. Jordan after he won the Oscars. He was the prize. Another person said, "I guess Lori Harvey no longer serves Michael Jordan." Ain't it ironic how quickly the wind can change within 5 years? Michael wins the highest honor in the Academy Awards, and Lori is just an average. Michael B. Jordan is the prize. She just didn't value his worth. Now, right around the same time people were dragging Lori, a source from her team decided to be messy by spilling some tea to the blogs about how Lori has been relentlessly trying to get in touch with Michael ever since he won the Oscar. In fact, it's being speculated that she was trying to reach out to him well before the Oscar win, but he wasn't having it. He wants nothing to do with her, and he hasn't even bothered to answer a single one of her phone calls. Now, what's interesting about—
And you know, it goes back to show you that when a man moves on, he actually moves on. Now, a lot of people say this is the Aquarius in him, but this is in general for every man, no matter which path he takes in life. If you decide to end a relationship, curve him, or do something that is egregious, 9/10 out of the time, ladies, a man's gonna be far-fetched to go back or rebound back to you the way how the relationship ended. And there's gonna be more videos I'm gonna play. I'm only gonna play 2 different videos, so let's keep going. And make sure you guys like the stream and share the stream, please. All right, let's go.
all this is that when she and Michael broke up, she was the one who seemed to have the upper hand. She and her mother, Majori, were out here spreading all these lies about Michael apparently only messing with white women. And since Michael wasn't really addressing any rumors about the breakup, this narrative really went on for a long time.
Said that she wasn't ready because when a woman.
And you see these birds that are unfortunately failures. A lot of them are single and they're in their 50s now. Can you imagine that? Giving young woman that's not even 30 years old advice. Give me a goddamn break.
Woman finds a good one, then that's what you're looking for. But I will say that she's young still, you know what I mean? And I too.
No, she's about to be 30 next January of next year. She's 29 now. Let that sink in.
Was looking forward to them making it because I thought oh, you know what? She's been looking for someone to keep on her arm, to be able to have a relationship with that is meaningful and then successful, because we know that the girl gonna keep her somebody that is gonna be newsworthy, you know. But
well,
I think
damn, Lisa Ray.
yeah, absolutely. You know, she ain't no joke. She ain't. And her mama, Marjorie, my girlfriend, she gonna make sure that she doing and navigating the right way, because she gonna make sure that she is. And I think every mother should do that, you know. But I think at the same time, she's young. I think the established relationship that Michael did have before this one, I think that maybe that social media, that all of that was a lot for him. And I think that he, you know, I will say this, I heard about his ex, and him was so serious that he may have missed her.
Lori's mama Marjorie also decided to be messy by sharing a video of Jennifer Lewis saying, "If you sit in it for too long, it stops smelling, so come out of there." But the shade didn't end there. Lori also jumped in right after her mom, and she shaded Michael by posting this photo of a license plate on her IG stories that said, "Dump him." She followed it with an interview in which she was going on and on about Michael apparently not meeting her standard when it comes to the man she wants to settle down with. Mind you, when they were together, she was singing a different tune.
Just listens to me when I talk. Like, even, you know, the other day I just been saying I really wanted to go to a farmer's market, and so he like called me one morning, like Sunday morning. He was like, "What are you doing? Get dressed, I'm about to come pick you up." And he like took me an hour away to this. Like,
just remember that you are the prize.
Yeah,
I'm the prize. What does that mean?
it just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation that is like no longer serving me.
Yo, shut up. Imagine calling yourself the prize and you dating Future, baby. That's why I always tell my young G's, their past matters. The type of men that they used to date and they past matters. Imagine saying that I just will never compromise my expectation. Meanwhile, you getting your back twisted and rearranged by a dude like Future.
Now,
a pause for a second. And a lot of you men already know this. This is the delusion that a lot of women are constantly keep reiterating, or what's that word? Manifesting what they are, that they are the prize. A prize is only useful when someone takes you and you accept it and you become something more than you are. But if you're out here constantly being, I guess, picked up, then you go back to the shelf, getting picked up, then put yourself back on the shelf, you're no longer considered a prize. You're just a used commodity that is used. After been used, you are going to be sent back to the refund box, if you know what I mean. Now, there was a comment written. I'm going to read your comment. Oh, and you might have to rewrite that last comment. It did not go through Google. So I'm reading one that Google allowed. It says here, all right, the bird brain tries to say she was the prize. She knows for nothing significant. Exactly. And if you guys want to, interact in the chat room, subscribe to the channel. And if you feel that there's something more important that I cannot read from Google, but you want to express it, I think a super chat will be allowed. Roughly. That's how it's supposed to go. But nonetheless, if you don't think it's suitable, rewrite the word. Let's go.
Gets me about Lori saying all this is that she has all these things to say about Michael, but when she still had no problem dating Future, make it make sense. The same Future who has 1,000 baby mamas, 1,000 kids, and has publicly said he has no plans of getting married? That Future? No wonder he's clowning her now over Michael. Michael was really the closest thing she had to a fruitful relationship, and she fumbled him, just to go in for his knockoff version, Damson Idris. No shade to Damson, by the way, but he ain't no Michael B. Jordan. And what's interesting about this is that throughout this entire time of Lori shading Michael, never once did Steve disrespect Michael or even bother to cut ties with him. In fact, they recently bumped into each other at a basketball game and it was all love. But guess what? Steve later revealed that Lori was actually pressed about their meetup and told him not to talk to Michael again. Girl.
See, I gotta be real careful because Lori, boy, she be in my... I can't make no mistakes. I can't make stuff. I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his no more. I better not acknowledge him.
Now, this was very telling. This right here was very, very telling. Now, if y'all recall, Steve Harvey admit when Lori was in a relationship with Michael, this guy impressed not only Marjorie Harvey, but also Steve by buying lavish gifts like exotic, expensive cigars. He also even goes as far as may reach out to probably either being somewhat involved what Steve is doing, maybe, and I'm just speculating. But Steve respect and like Michael because this man has intentions with his so-called stepdaughter, Lori. But but as you could tell, that this man, regardless how old Steve is, and Steve is right, Steve now, he's about to be 69 years of age this year. He's pushing on 70. Why is a man that's almost trading near 70 next year still sipping and still letting his not even biological daughter run him? That's the question I had to ask. Why are you still being controlled by this woman, Steve? You're the man. You're paying the bills. It's because of you. We even knew about this bitch. Come on, man. Come on. Why are you so? I don't know if I want to call you simp, but what's going on, Steve? Is there some more towards you and your stepdaughter? Because we know that Lori she moves very loosely by the people she interacts with. So it makes me want to speculate, and this is just me, guys. Are you having some intercourse with your stepdaughter? Could it sound to me like a man that's more this is like you her, there's some more to you and the stepdaughter. Because most men nowadays, they're not going to give a crap about a child that's not theirs, especially a young woman, unless there's something more than we don't know of. Can anybody agree or disagree with this? Because this seemed to me you're more involved than it is. Because usually most stepdaddies, on the average, that kids that's not his, especially stepdaughters, are not gonna sit there, stop being disengaged or doing what he has to do as a man once he's around other men. That's productive. That's the vibes I'm getting. And this is something that I'm presenting through the internet that no one's really speculating. I'm speculating personally because I think this is something more than you're afraid. I think there's some more you're involved with Lori that a lot of people not really questioning. Just saying. Let me see what's in the chat room before I continue this. Okay, I see a comment. Read the comment. All right. News podcast writes, Steve is from the old generation that failed us. Let women do whatever, just be a man. Yeah, and it's more than no news. In my opinion, the way how Steve was moving out here, especially a man like Michael B, that's intentional with Lori, like literally intentional that he wants some more than just a fling with her, and now they're no longer in a relationship, and they talk and telling him directly, don't have no interaction with him, is suspect. But I'm gonna let this dude talk more his business. Let's go.
Look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your is my ex too. That's the rule. The rule in our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too.
I don't really.
No. The rule should be is this, and this is I'm being honest. It don't matter who's ex. You are the man that's supposed to be firm. Say wherever you have, that's your business. I'm still going to have some interaction with this man because this man shown proof that he's a man that I will have around me because he's not only somebody I could trust, but he's going places. And it's better I be more of a older man around him to guide this man than anything else. Instead of some little stupid interaction you have or once relationship we have with him. That has nothing to do with the dealing with men. And if she is dictating who you should associate, who you should conversate, who you should be involved, is red flag number one to me. And it makes me think that this is more than just a so-called stepdad relationship. You must be more seriously involved with her. Like literally seriously involved. And that's the vibe I'm getting. Period. All right, let's go. And like guys, I see a couple people watching the stream. If you do some kindly hit the like button, likes are free. Last time I checked. So if you don't like the stream, that's fine. Hit dislike. The like button should still work on this vertical stream. I think. Let me check. It should work. I don't know. Just please, guys, like the stream. Let's go.
Know why Future thinks he's in a position to clown Lori over Michael, but then again, we can't really blame him because that's what everybody else is doing. And when you really think about it, Lori is at the losing end of all of this. A couple of years ago, everybody thought Michael was the one who fumbled Lori, especially after she popped out with Damson Idris. But fast forward to 2026, and Michael is an Oscar-winning actor. Not only that, while he is going up, Damson is busy trying to pick up his sloppy seconds by reportedly trying to be in the next Black Panther movie. You really can't make this up. Whether she wants to admit it or not, she downgraded. Maybe she should have married him after all. As usual, all people had their thoughts about this, like this person who said, Michael B. Jordan ignoring Lori's congrats like he ignored the red flags in 2022. Level up so hard the past can't even get a text back. Another person said, men get the biggest ego the second they start winning. Imagine straight up ignoring calls from the one person who held you down when you had literally nothing. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Future being petty by...
No, Future was never petty. Future was being Future. And those are the type of dudes that, actually the types that Lori or any modern Western woman likes. And this is the honest truth. Now we're going to look at Miss K's views on this situation. Let's go.
The Oscars was very gut-wrenching from what I'm being told for Damson Idris, okay?
Okay.
He is highly upset that Michael B. Jordan won the Oscar for Sinners and F1 got no play.
I see somebody wrote some in the chat room. Let me read your chat. Didn't Lori deal with Diddy and his son allegedly? Yes. Yeah, this was actually true. She did. She did.
Both movies were great. I didn't see where Damson Idris's performance gave Oscar worthy. I can understand why Michael B. Jordan got it because that was probably the first movie that I saw him act in that he wasn't Michael B. Jordan. It was somebody else. He did a phenomenal job. And I feel like when you got a great director, great story, great actor, it was the first time I saw him as a character actor. And I said, okay, now we're getting somewhere because I just always felt like he was just corny and cheesy, Lori.
Now, I'm not going to knock what Miss K in her take on the Michael B. and Damson Idris in regards to as an actor. I would agree with her that this man, when he did Sinners, he did a movie which is really is a different element that's never been really much examined. And let me explain this why. If you look at most of all the last movies that actors play both roles like twins on one screen, you never seen or heard anybody winning any major award of an actor playing both roles as twins. Allegedly. No, I mean not allegedly. In real facts, you don't see it until Sinners came out. So I would agree, this is the first time that he is not just Michael B. Jordan. He's something different. You could tell when he played the role as Smoke and who's that other character? You could tell that this is two different archetype of people as twins. They're not the same people. You could tell that. So I would say it's the first time, in my opinion, he's the first man that I know pull it off to play both roles at one as one character as twins. And that's why I think made the movie stand out a little more, in my opinion. Well, let's keep going.
Ariel, baby girl, why you cut that part out of our interview on the Morning Hustle when I finally got you to admit the reason why you didn't date Michael B. Jordan and the reason why your coworker called him corny was because he was corny. He was the theater kid. And then you cut that out of my interview. Why would you do that? I literally was like, girl, you probably dated an athlete. Well, I did went to the prom with a basketball player, and that's because he was corny. He was scrawny. I said, and there it is. They had to tell me to get that girl back her show. They cut out 30 minutes of that interview on the Morning Hustle in Atlanta when I was on my PR run. And now she out here saying, I didn't say he was corny. Girl, everybody know Michael B. Jordan was corny. He was a theater kid. You don't need to tell us that. But you out here lying. But I still love you though, girl. Shout out to the Morning Hustle. Y'all go watch that interview. Now I loved the movie F1.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that. But you see, they had to double back down because this man achieved the highest honor any actor could get, and that's Oscar. So he's not just any regular actor. He is above many men now. He is in the echelon like Denzel, Sidney Poitier, Will, who else? Forrest Whitaker. He is up there of the one of the top best actors. No one can take that away from him. So let's continue.
It taught me a lot about being a team player, an entrepreneur, and how important it is for your team to work in synchrony. And I thought that Damson Idris did a great job. But I also thought, after watching it and hearing that he has just a tad bit, not a tad bit, he had a lot of jealousy towards Michael B. Jordan for stealing his moment that he thought was his moment. It gave me the character that he was playing in F1. You guys got to watch that movie. It's a great...
No. If that's what Damson Idris thinks and feels, then he's not worthy of any Oscar anytime soon. And the reason why I say this, and this is Chaos Reign's perspective for those that's watching this, and please like the stream, is because you're not worthy of it yet. It's not only not on your time, but really you have not put enough work to be even considered nominated to get close to be an Oscar. Hell, I don't think Damson Idris was named one of the best actors of 2026. Have y'all? I watched it when they did nominations, and I hear his name popped up yet. So Damson Idris has a long way to go. He has a lot more work to do. Please make sure you like the stream. If you're not subscribed to the Chaos Reign Show, I'm not sure we're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Likes are free. Subscribe to the channel. Let's have the conversation. You can post what's your thoughts and feelings in the chat room. Thank you.
Great movie, for real. Not Tom Cruise. What's his name? Brad Pitt did his thing. He really did. And I like how Brad Pitt is embracing his age and not trying to look younger and stuff. Like, he's the granddad now in the movies. You know, he's an old man. And so to hear that, from what I'm being told, is that Damson Idris is staging PR. And he put Lori on the host roll to do it. Look at the host roll. Look at her getting out the car. I knew this was staged, but you don't see her. Look at her.
I love you. So good night. Hello, Damson.
Look at her. What happened? What happened? Bad acting right there. Terrible acting. Terrible. Because when I saw that, I was like, what? Now, don't get me wrong. Lori looks good. I think she's overrated. She's definitely a pretty girl. But I mean, to me, she just tries too hard. Look at her. Look at her trying too hard. It's like she's the black Kim Kardashian. Like, she's trying to be in that position.
I love
like,
you. So good night.
And she's been passed around all through Hollywood.
God damn it. Oh my goodness. And you know, see, when black women speaks about, you know, other black women, it is a sight to see. And yes, but my question asks Miss K, do you think and believe that being a pass front is a really bad thing? But you know, enough Western modern women nowadays are pass arounds to below, and we could say as far as above average men. And you know, it's funny thing about the pass around notion, they're loving it to the point where they express it through chat rooms, through comment section, saying, let this girl do her. If she want to get 15 nuts in her, that's cool. If she wants to take back shots for a couple bucks, that's cool. If she is engaged with top celebrities that has a history of putting baby oil on their chest and get all types of essence of men on them, that's not a problem. I mean, really, a lot of women like her. And yeah, maybe she's doing too much. Maybe she is. But it's typical for a lot of black women nowadays to do a lot because, let's be honest, if they don't do too much, they don't think they're standing out amongst other groups of women, in my opinion. What do I know? Let's continue.
Throwing her hair back like
Hello,
she's
them
white
son.
child. What happened? Yes. What do you mean? Don't nobody talk like that on the phone. He trying to act like he concerned on the phone. Now, all of this was to garner publicity because Michael B. Jordan was, they were getting up for the Oscars and he thought that he needed more publicity to take it. But Michael B. Jordan and that whole staged Tourette syndrome N-word comment, y'all don't remember? They were presenting and a white dude from the crowd was like, in the air, and it was Tourette syndrome. How you got Tourette syndrome all of a sudden at an award show? Who lets somebody in an award show with Tourette syndrome? And you can't be quiet. They're gonna move you automatically. So the fact that it just coincidentally came out, I personally believe from what I'm being told, they were paid to do that, to drum up sympathy for Michael B. Jordan and for the director so that they could give them this sympathy Oscar that he got. Not even, in my opinion, they finna Cuba Gooding Jr. his ass if he keep it up. Now,
I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest with you, because personally, he did put in the time, the effort, and work. And trust me, Michael was grinding for the last 3 years, people. Maybe the last 3.5, maybe. So for him to say that, they just gave him the Oscar, I don't really want to agree with that personally. I think he put in the right work, the right time and energy, and as the Oscars roll around, his number was called and he delivered. So that's how I see it. I mean,
here's the thing. So what is she famous for? The same thing her mammy famous for. Opening her legs. Legs wide open.
So Miss K, you saying the only reason why Lori is known out here is because she is a perpetual leg opener? You saying her mom was also a perpetual leg opener as well? And both of them, well, actually the mother, because the mother has history messing around with not only the brother, but also some other family relative. Because if you look at the track record of the mother, she has history of being around, dealers. And she kind of banked out by coming across a real simp, which is Mr. Steve Harvey. But that's another story. All right, let's keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Any more? Okay. Now, he also staged another video on the balcony with her, and it gave bad acting. Look at this, y'all. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Oh my God.
If there was more, I wish I could never feel like I could get on safe and amazing. So, au revoir.
Sorry. I wear a bonnet at night now because I go to the as in like so I wear a bonnet in order to keep my feet dry. And I got told the other day and I was like,
all of that staged. All of that. There was a moment where he was talking to her and she just grabbed him like, knowing the people was watching. Trying to get a moment. He put the girl on the whole stroke. We got to get out here and get this money. I'm trying to get this Oscar. This is my moment. Whole time it was Michael B. Jordan's moment. Now also, he also staged another video with, because you know he is the Black Panther. We did tell y'all exclusively that first, that he is the new Black Panther. And that's why he was seen down in Hollywood with a guy standing on the side with a Black Panther mask to sign it, because he wants all of the shine and the notoriety. So here he go again, Damson Idris. Damn, son, damn.
I don't have no camera, no nothing, please. I appreciate it, like right here. Thank you so much. Congrats on the roll.
For the sake of conversation, that no one has confirmed that he is going to play the reboot of the Black Panther. No one has really personally has confirmed that. I don't think Kevin Feige has announced any new Black Panther reboot yet. We might know something by maybe the Comic-Con of this year, maybe. If not, it'll probably be next year. But for him playing the new Black Panther, I don't see that happening yet. There are scenes that speculate that they're still searching, or they might start with a fresh, new, young person that will grow into Black Panther. These are rumors being speculated who will be replaced of Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. So I don't think he got the role yet, from what I'm noticing. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go.
Very bothered. Very, very bothered. Amy 8753. Yes, and it's just he's just young. And my thing is like you have everything, Damson, that Michael B. Jordan has already had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's wrong? Okay. You have everything that Michael B. Jordan has already had, which means you are coming behind him. Yeah. So you're coming behind him in movies,
mm-hmm.
in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
You are coming behind him concerning the women he's already had.
Yeah.
And to me, I think it's a little immature and it's insecure. And for her to play along with it, like, she was enough to generate publicity to help you to get an award that you haven't quite earned yet. And you thought the blogs was gonna pick up a woman that's been passed around every single dude in Hollywood, including you, and now you got her trying to help you boost your career, but she's boosted and played out?
Mm.
Yes, Michael is a wizard. He's a grand witch wizard, okay?
I don't know what that means.
And so, yeah, like you can't play like that, Damson. Like, I feel like, and here's what I'm being told. There's already tension in the pre-filming for the Black Panther. And because, you know, Michael B. Jordan, he's the Oscar winner. He's playing the villain. The villain is always the one that wins the award. You don't ever see the superheroes win the award. I ain't seen Superman win no Oscar.
That might be true, but anything is possible now in this new age of, you know, things that might change. So never could say never.
Because they don't have to get into character. They just have to play the good guys. And so he is the new Black Panther. But, you know, Michael B. Jordan's just been doing this just a tad bit longer, and he's been doing her just a tad bit longer. And so now you're walking in his footsteps, trying to transfer energy. And this is a real thing, y'all. People do try to energy swap with people. And he attempted to do that by dating a woman that he's already had. You're coming from TV to movies. I think you should just focus on your role and giving us a superhero. That's what we need. Not you throwing his old shot there trying to make him jealous. I don't like that. That's ill. That's ill. Everybody done had her. Everybody done had her. Okay.
Yeah, man. Everybody had Lori, man. They said the best thing in the world is when they clap the cheeks of a nice little 20-something to a 29-year-old or wherever back then, cheeks of Lori Harvey. Hell, she did Playboy. Y'all forgot about that? And no one said that Playboy had a successful run by adding her as a centerfold of the reboot Playboy. Have y'all? Am I right or wrong? Make sure you like the stream, share the stream. Oh, another thing, yeah, she has been around the world, if you know what I mean. Moving on.
Okay. Don't forget today
All right.
we're off.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Miss K. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Now to the main course. Kevin, he called it out. And I mean, he called it out about a lot of black women and their choices and their dating choices, personally. And he said it best. When you met your Mr. Right, but blew it, this was something that he discussed the month of July of 2020. This is now going on 5.5 going on 6 years ago when he called this out. You don't believe me? Hear from Mr. Samuels himself.
Steve Harvey, Derek Jackson, and a lot of other guys have been trying to give black women advice, sisters advice for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And
especially Steve Harvey. And we know how that played out, especially now he cannot move as a man and make the decisions to really be associate men of productivity. Imagine that. Sad.
And I will say that a lot of guys are well-intended.
Mm-hmm.
Well-intended. Okay? Well-intended. And how we got here is many women have probably already met their guy and then they blew it.
They blew
How
it.
did we get here? How did we get here? Well, we got here a couple of different ways. One, if you've been watching my channel any length of time, you've heard many women call in saying, you know, they want this, they want to be stay-at-home wife, you know, married, you know, with 2 or 3 kids, suburban lifestyle to a guy who's a high earner.
Yeah.
So they never have to work to pay a bill. And here's the thing, no problem. And then as you start getting into it, you know, the majority of the women are not 8s, 9s, and 10s. They're, you know, 4, 5s, and 6s, average. But inevitably, you start to realize that, in particular for the women who are on the 8, 9 side, they tend to have all had a guy in their past.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, most women tend to have had a guy in their past. If you're a 6 or better.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, that relationship just did not work out. And as you start to probe a little bit more, you start to find out that, you know, in all likelihood, they kind of blew it.
And it goes back to if you're higher than a 6. And if I want to rate Lori Harvey, to be fair and honest, because she's not 30 years of age yet, but she's treading on 30, I would give her, at best, to be fair and honest, an 8.9. And the only reason why I gave her such a very lucrative score is she meets a few standards. 1, she is attractive. 2, she's not fat. And 3, she is up there around mostly men that of value, meaning they got money. Now, stats notoriety, that's another thing. But really, she's around men that has pretty much money. That's why I rate her high. So she should have, like all women, should not be blowing it once a real man comes with intention to marry her. But let's hear more Mr. Samuels' take on it.
What does that mean? What does it mean they blew it? Well,
oh, and please, guys, I see more people watching the stream. If you do me a favor, hit the like button. Likes are free. And if you want to support the channel, you can hit the super chat. And subscribe to the channel to give feedback. To have conversation. What's going on? What's your views? Let's go.
It means that they actually had a perfectly acceptable, suitable man, a decent dude by anybody's standards. He just wasn't perfect. And how do we get to this perfection standard?
Yeah.
To where average, everyday people think and feel as though they should have perfection when they are not perfect. Shout out to matchmaker Rebecca Lynn Pope, who stopped making videos, who stopped actually dealing with her black female clients for this very reason.
And keep in mind, Lori thinks that with the assistance of her mother, feel that she could do somewhat better. So my question to those that's watching this, do you think that she's asking too much, but something that she is not? Meaning you're not perfect yourself, Miss Harvey, but you're asking for the men that's around you to be, unfortunately, perfect. Just saying. What's your views?
Many of her clients, as she would state, had unrealistic expectations when it came to relationships. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Many times that these women, all things being equal, would have turned down her husband. So, I wanted to go ahead and play something, and I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this, but it's off a Facebook group. And I actually heard Obsidian play this earlier on the Bernard Riley show.
Okay.
At Bernard Riley show. And I think it encapsulates everything we need to kind of get into right now. So while we're queuing that up, understand something. The people I'm talking to are the 10% of men trying to become the top 5% of men, and the guys that are trying to get in the top 10%. The Henrys. The top 10% of men, that's my target market as an image consultant, life coach. That's what I do. If that's not you, this message might not be for you. Still can listen, but do not presuppose that I'm talking to you. I'm talking to men who want to make 6 figures minimum for themselves, $120,000 a year, $10,000 a month living in Dallas. That's the guys I'm targeting. I don't care how many of them are out there. That's my target market.
And for those that don't know, for a lot of men that are not paying attention, or a lot of women don't notice, that's his benchmark, 10% in upper. He don't deal with anybody that's 15% or lower, 10%. And that's something that was not really caught for a lot of people that watch Kevin's material for the last couple of years. And I remember the same video because I remember watching this a few years back then. So it's like something to remind myself of those that never know what Kevin meant or what he did in regards trying to help assist the typical man and woman of society, black people in general. Let's go.
You don't have to be in it, but the mindset. And then I'm also targeting the 20% of women that want those 10% of men, and the men that want that 20% of women. I am not targeting the men who've decided they're going to pick up the ball and go home. All that other stuff. Kudos, knock yourself out. Plenty of channels for you. This ain't it. My channel is about men building networks, having a professional and personal network. Money making is not a lone thing. It is a social activity. So all I gotta say is I don't care who you are. You talk
to make money, you gotta be sociable. I mean, so you have a network of other men, hopefully, and you come put your head together and make it happen. But those that don't know, gentlemen, let's continue.
Walking out of the side of your neck in here, I see it, you're gone. I don't care how long you've been around. One time. I have zero tolerance, zero patience. Shout out to BGS Ipmore, who actually invited me over to this sector to make the Lawrence video. Even BGS has said, brother, thank you. You've done everything I could ask more. I can't ask you to continue to take any more of this abuse from some of these guys who just don't want to hear it. And I'm done with you. Leave my platform if you think it's not for you. But don't come over here thinking you're going to presume to tell me what to talk about, who to talk to. When you don't put $1 on my table, $1 in my pocket, you're not a follower, subscriber, client, or fan. We got it? All right. You've been warned. Let's get into the video. Okay. Source. Select all cameras. There we go. We're going to take that one down. Oh, boy. Hold on just a second. Oh, they're locked. That's what it is. All right. All right. Let's do it this way. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope we're all good. Everybody's all good in the hood. There we go.
Okay.
And so what I've come to figure out is that I feel like men are put.
Shotzi.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Shotzi.
The dating game in Atlanta sucks.
Okay.
Amen. And so what I've come to figure out is that I feel like men are putting women on layaway. You know how you go to the store, you see something you like, you don't want nobody else to get it, but you don't want to lose it, so you put it on layaway. You do the minimum, you make your minimum payment so they don't put it back. So that's the same thing that guys do. They show a little bit of attention just to keep you entertained, keep you hanging on.
Okay.
And then they get to that point where it's like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and pay the layaway out.
Oh,
or
okay.
it's like, you know what, I did see something else. I'm going to go ahead and put the layaway back. So
First of all, in today's dating and mating market, we know it's far more likely that women are breaking up from their marriages and their relationships.
Yep.
Women are the one leaving their relationships when they see something a little bit more that they like. The grass is greener on the other side. They're leaving men for just the hope of finding somebody else. How many women have called into my channel talking about they want to leave their husbands and they're every bit of 5'4", 200 pounds. But they think because they got a degree that entitles them to being able to just leave and going to get somebody else.
Yeah.
So men aren't leaving like that. But that's the theory. That's the story. And here's the problem with brother Steve. Steve, I don't have a problem with the show. Do what you do. But Steve and the guys like Steve don't offer any pushback or telling of the rest of the story.
my question is, why does it seem like guys are not happy with what they have and they always feel like they're looking for the next best thing?
Now, before we continue on this, and for those that's liking the video, please like the video, and those that did like it, I do appreciate it. And I find it hard, and this, I'm not the only content, but I notice this with most contenters, or generally when people watch content on the YouTube side of things, that it is very difficult for most people that watches something that don't really think about hitting like button on stuff because they think it doesn't matter. It does matter because it lets everybody know throughout the algorithm and throughout the YouTube streams that we are live and there's value and people should watch or need to see this. So with the help and what you pressing like, that goes a long way. Now, regardless of other things, like if you like certain things or you want to contribute, Super Chat is available, Cash App, etc. Now, on that note, in regards to this layaway nonsense this stupid chick is talking about, women are in these relationships just to find better, or they might give very little effort in the so-called situation, or you want to call it relationship they're in, just to eventually pull the trigger to go out, or already have their backup plan alongside with them when the time comes. So the fine woman said that she's been put on layaway is an insult to the male intelligence, in my opinion. Well, let's hear what Steve's response to this bullshit.
Well, let me say this. We can't put you on layaway unless you let us put you on layaway.
That's true.
If a man is allowed, now I'm gonna use your words now. If a man is allowed to put down a minimum payment, you got what you said. You let a man put down a minimum payment, and now you on hold, then he come back and decide he don't want you no more and got to put you back. Ladies, you have got to empower yourself.
See that bullshit?
No problem with what he said to this point. You allow a man to put you on hold for a minimum payment. No problem with that. Ladies, you have to empower yourself. No real problem with that. However, there has not been a clarifying question. He just accepted it as reality.
Yep.
This woman ain't an 8, 9, or 10. She's in Atlanta, the most competitive market in the country for black women to find a black man. She's average looking. She's not 21. Somebody remember how old she is? I didn't catch it. But these things matter. So Steve, hey, he's got a show to run.
Mm-hmm.
He's got books to sell. And I'm all for it.
Yep.
Because, like it or not, gentlemen, the women put their money where their mouth is.
What are we talking about here?
Now, on top of that, so I got an example. There was a guy that I was dating. Everything was nice and good for a good couple of months. I went out of town for work for a couple of weeks, and he just kind of disappeared. Don't know what happened. Just...
These strong, intelligent, educated women just never seem to know what happened when a relationship ends. How many times have we heard that over here?
Too many times. Too many times.
And Steve, he blinked, but he didn't go there. Now, I can't tell if this woman has on contacts, but it kind of looks like she does. You know, them colored contacts. Her eyes ain't, anyway.
Like, I felt like I had to do all the communicating, like, just to keep him, like, it was just because I was out of town, and it was like, what's really
I'm not understanding what this got to do with layaway. You went from layaway to a damn pawn shop.
But I feel like that might have been the layaway. Like, how is it that we can tell, like, when a guy is serious? Because...
Listen to me. This is Uncle Steve talking to you now.
Come on.
How can we tell when a guy is serious? This is why. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question. If this woman went to college, I'm assuming like a lot of black women she did. It is my opinion that many women, many sisters like her have already found their man.
Yep.
He was their high school sweetheart, their college boyfriend.
Yep.
And they left him. They dumped him. They blew it. And now they're out here on the open dating market, late 20s, early 30s, 40s, trying to figure out how to win when you already won. You just didn't know it. Now Steve wants to be Uncle Steve and talk to her and tell her. Let's see what he talks to her and tells her.
Stop. You have the power. Why do you not understand what you have? What is it that has happened in society that has women thinking all of a sudden that they're not the prize anymore?
It's called feminism. Me too. It's called You wanted equality, you got it. You have an open, deregulated sexual marketplace. You don't want to be under any man's control, tutelage, or whatever. So the market decides what it decides. You can empower yourself all you want to. You can say you are the prize, but where Steve is about to go is the reason so many women think the grass is greener on the other side. Ladies, understand something. Do me a favor. Look forward. Then I need you to look down about 2 feet. That's called a vajayjay. It comes standard on all female models. There is not a model that comes off the factory lot that does not have one.
Mm-hmm.
It comes standard. It's not special. Oh, it's not special. Not these days. It used to be when it only had one driver, when you could verify the previous owner through.
So are you saying, and this is words from Mr. Samuels, and I'm just reiterating, so you're saying, Mr. Samuels, that most women have been, how's the word, use a used vehicle? Are there too many drivers that test drive or drive this vehicle? And that means if you're not, or she didn't have one driver on her vehicle, that means by default, her miles have been gone, driven up to the roof where she's punching, what was it, 100 to 200, 100K miles on that vehicle. So that means by default, you're a used vehicle, baby. A lot of women don't prioritize virtue no more. Feminism teach modern Western women to go out there and use their hole and be a guarding tool for other men. My God. That's all. Let's continue.
Father, whoever, when not many people had taken it for a test drive. But if it's become a rental,
yep,
or buy here, pay here lot, I'm sorry. You cannot demand premium, especially for a 10-year used vehicle. Okay?
10-year used vehicle. Or Betty, I would say make it 13-year used vehicle. Now, how I came with the word number 13, I'll let y'all think on that or daydream on that. Let's continue.
What has happened? What trick have we played on you that's got you not realizing that this thing you sitting on changes empires?
Really?
The first thing he went to do is speak to your ego. Not since Helen of Troy has a woman's changed an empire. And even that was hyperbole. There's 7 billion people on the planet. Ladies, 1/3 of women 50 years ago had to work. 1/3 of mothers with children under 18 had to work 50 years ago. None of those women with the standard was changing empire. They was changing diapers. But they weren't changing, they weren't doing nothing with empire. But this is what he goes to tell these women to make them feel okay about where they are. And herein lies the problem. I'm going to let the rest run, and I'm going to comment at the end.
You know, look, let me tell you. I talk to my wife's girls program. And I talk to the young girls, and I try to help them sometimes. And I use hunting as an analogy. If you want to go fishing, those of you who fish, you go get a fishing license. I don't know what it is now, but the last time I bought a fishing license, it was $7.50. You can fish all year, catch all the fish you want. If you want to go rabbit hunting, a rabbit hunting license is about $75 for the year. Ain't no limit on rabbits. You can bag all the rabbits you want. Now, if you want to go deer hunting is different. A license to deer hunt is a couple $100. And you can only tag one deer, and it has to be a buck. But in Africa, if you want to go hunting in Africa, if you want to hunt one of the big five, an elephant, a lion, a leopard, a rhino, or a Cape buffalo, that license is $50,000.
Woo! In Africa. He knew he hit a touchstone with that word. And $50,000. Yeah, this is fair use from Facebook. I'm probably going to remove this segment anyway, but I needed you guys to understand where this is coming from.
That's how much it costs. If you want to kill chickens, you don't even need a license. You just go out there and start slaughtering chickens. You can fry their ass. You can do whatever you want to do. You have a choice of what you're going to be. You can.
Attention. He's telling the women they have a choice of what they want to be. This is an outright lie. You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Be a chicken, a fish, or you can be a lion, a Cape buffalo. You can have value. The value that you put on yourself.
Even that woman, you see that smirk on her face? She look at it and say, Steve, what are you talking about? I'm not no chicken. I'm not no lion. I'm not no buffalo. You weirdo.
It's what we pay for the license. We the hunter. It's all day. That's all I am. I'm a hunter. Men hunt. You get to decide what you are. Stop allowing men to do it their way. The only reason we do it our way is because we've been allowed to. Y'all fine. Quit letting these men. All you gotta do is tell them up front, excuse me, can't let. I'm big five. Can't lay me away. I'm sorry. I'm big five. Well, I'll go get something else. Well, cool. But you won't get one of the big five, though. You can go get all the chickens you want.
Wow. Oh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Make sure you guys like the stream, share the stream. Chat room is open for those who want the conversation or to conversate. Yeah. And Steve Harvey, as simple as he is expected. Him making saying those reference about the hunter, the prey and all this nonsense, right? Remember, Steve has, in my opinion, a good heavily female audience, in my opinion. So he gets away with a lot of crap because a lot of people are not questioning things. Hell, the women that watches his show mostly don't question his methods or his madness. Personally, in my opinion. I'm not sure if the Steve Harvey show is still active. Anybody can tell me in the chat room he still has the show? I'm kind of curious. Oh.
Supposed to. Because
all right. I'm gonna let Mr. Samuels continue talking. He didn't know he was muted. Unfortunately. But it is what it is. That's what happens when you do this content. Sometimes when you put yourself on mute and try and play a third party thing on the background, you don't really pay attention to that, you're conversing and you might mute yourself. It happens to the best of us content creators. So if it happens, it happens. Yeah.
Have is any men co-signing him, because the men are like, that's bull. You can feel like whatever you want to feel like, but at the end of the day, you can value yourself or whatever. But ladies, what Steve is not telling you is men control access to relationships.
Yep.
Women only control access to sex. Notice that's all he gave you was your standard for JJ. And with that, you're supposed to become an elephant, a $50,000 prize. Sorry. It's thinking.
Yeah.
Hold on. No sound. What happened to the sound? No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Bottom line is this. I was given the rabbit and the rabbit thing. You can feel like you are
And you know the best way to correct if you don't have no sound, but those that's gonna be doing this content creating thing, I give you a little game. It's free. Make sure you have your cell phone on the side of the background and make sure it's on a certain volume where no one else can hear it, but maybe you. So when you're talking, you will know that if you put yourself on mute, you will know because you won't hear yourself echo in the back. Just a little game. Let's go.
You can be a rabbit and feel like you're a lion, and that works as long as you're in a rabbit hole. When you go out into the world, even a small mid-sized dog will look at you, and if you think you are a lion, that rabbit, that mid-sized dog is going to have you for lunch. It doesn't work in the real world. Steve is right to tell you ladies, yes, you need to value yourselves. Yes, you need to empower yourselves. Yes, you need to have a standard, but it all has a limit on it. You cannot decide your value, ladies. The market does, and the market is men. You can put $50,000 on yourself and think you are a big game, but men control access to relationship. You only control access to sex. And that's what Steve left you with, telling you that your sex, your JJ could get you the highest prize. No, it comes standard. And that's what he's doing with so many women, letting average women think that they are above average and the grass is greener on the other side, that you can just set your price and the market is going to pay it. Know this. Guys like Steve Harvey know fully well how we got here. Sexual revolution. It's an open market.
Mm-hmm.
And you have far too many women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who in times past would have been out there, already married somebody's mother and gone, but still not out here trying to date. That woman said, you know, being put on layaway, and then she was dating and going out of here. Why didn't he ask her? Why didn't he ask where's your dad at? Why didn't ask? Why ain't you already married? Why is it taking so long?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's not a horrible looking woman. She's average looking, normal. Why? Because so many women like her. Honestly, when you listen to them, they have already met their guy.
Yep.
They just threw him away.
Mm-hmm.
They broke up with him. They dumped him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you a story. Let's see if this ever makes sense to anybody. But before I do that, let's check these likes and dislikes. We got 1,300 people watching. We got to get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to over 800 as we're getting in here, because I want to get into this next part because it is important.
And remember, all this is leading up, and I'm trying to make a point here doing this, playing this, because even from his mother, Marjorie, how she was very infuriated towards Michael B for not allowing his daughter to, go back or try to reach back to Michael B. Michael did the intelligent thing. Since you're a woman that moves like here in the street and you want to be free, do what the hell you want, he allows you to continue your freedom, but it'll not be with him. So him blocking and not pick up the phone was the least of Lori's concern. Let this continue. Like the stream, guys.
Lights up, likes up, likes up, likes up. We got to get her up, man. We got to get him up. We got to get him up. How we doing tonight? I hope you guys are enjoying this part of the broadcast. I know I like it.
Yeah.
I know I like this part.
Me too.
Get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up, get him up.
All right.
Taking it all. We said, all right, we ain't crap.
All right. Wait till you finish the stream. How's everybody doing? Let me see what's going on in the chat room. I see somebody wrote something in the chat room. 9826. In some way, you could say that. Anyhow. Hope you like the stream, Nasir. All right. Wait till you finish. If anybody has any questions or thoughts of this stream, let me know in the chat room. All right. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to fast forward a little bit. Yeah. Man, say risen. Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow. All right.
We're about to get into it. They ain't ready.
All right. Okay.
Ain't ready for you men over.
All right. Come on. Let me see what's going on. Oh, if you just tune in, I'm gonna tell you a second. I'm gonna tell you a second. I'm not gonna go recap what I said earlier in the stream, but I'll tell you in a second. Stay tuned. Let's continue.
Who have taken all the shit, the men who have heard you ain't nothing, you ain't this, you on the down low, you the lowest man, you ain't built nothing, you ain't this. Okay, we've taken it all. We've said, all right, we ain't crap. We're gonna get our Denzel on glory on.
Yep.
And we just gonna take that lash, and we ain't gonna say a word. You just gonna get that one tear. But each and every time you hit us with that lash, we're gonna get stronger and more determined. You ain't gonna break us. We just gonna take it. But see, what you wasn't expecting the brothers to not say nothing. They actually get out there and do something, show their work, actually get some work out there, get done, do something. No, we ain't built the Empire State Building. We got a shack, but it's ours. And when they finally brothers are doing something, showing something, and they come back and say, you know what? I've got myself on this point. I got myself here. I'm a truck driver now. I got this. I got my own business. I got internet marketing. And it's like, well, oh, wait, hold on. Well, I didn't know you was going to be nothing. I thought you was going to be that little scrub that I forgot. We forgot the story. That's right.
That's right.
So the story goes like this. There was a guy. Let's call the guy. What do we want to call the guy? See, we got Keith Henry. We don't want to call it. Let's call him Charles. Let's just call him Charles. Chuck. Let's call him Charles. Charles. Now, I don't know if we want to use Charles. We want to use Charles. We want to use Charles. How many people in there is Charles? Let's use Charles. Charles.
Oh, to Nasir, to ask you a question if you're still in the building. Do you like or respect what Lori Harvey has been doing for her track record of men? I'm kind of curious. That's the question I asked. Do you like the track record of men that she has been around for since she was like 18 years of age? I would say for the last decade. That'd be my question I'm asking, sir. All right, let's go.
Charles is a normal guy, average height, average looks, average build. average intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
That's an average guy. He goes to high school, does the right thing, makes a 3.0, gets into a opportunity to go to a state school, not on scholarship. He goes, and he wasn't the captain of the football team, so he didn't get the head cheerleader at college. That wasn't how it was. He may have blossomed later. He didn't have a mustache at 9th grade. Maybe he grew, towards his junior or senior year. He went to the prom. He had a date.
Yeah.
He's not an awkward guy. He's not a socially weird or whatever. He's a normal guy. Went to college, went to a university, whether he commuted or lived on campus, and he meets Kim. No, Harry. We're gonna change the name from Charles. We're gonna change the name to Harry. Charles is now Harry. Harry meets Kim. Harry meets Kim. Sorry, Checo. Harry meets Kim. He meets Kim halfway through his freshman year. Freshman year, Kim's on the yard, and Kim is, average looking herself. She's not a beauty queen. She's not one of those women that the athletes, the jocks went after automatically. She's not one of the freshmen that the Noops ran up on, because you know how we did. We came at him. When we saw him get on the yard, we came at him.
Mm.
But she's a good girl.
Yeah.
Harry was an accounting major. Kim was a marketing major. Or a psychology major, even better. Kim was a psych major. And Harry was an accounting major. They met freshman year halfway through, and they hit it off. They went back to each other's dorm room. They had little dominoes, watched a movie, maybe Netflix, whatever. Pick your poison. They met either freshman year or the sophomore year, either or. Maybe the second semester of the freshman year. So they had a little time in the university. Then they went out. They were a couple from sophomore year, late freshman year, through sophomore year. But somewhere around senior year, junior year, second semester, Kim all of a sudden decides to pledge a sorority, or she loses that freshman 15, or she goes away for the summer, and all of a sudden she comes back with all these new ideas. She then came back, and her friends who went to Stanford and Caltech and NYU, and everybody that come back, and they're like, yeah, girl, I met this guy over here. He's a lawyer. And all of a sudden, Harry ain't looking like Harry used to look. Kim is looking at Harry and is like, he's a good guy, but ain't nothing wrong with him. I like him. I love him. I know he loves me, but he's just kind of boring. He kind of boring. Yeah, girl. I'm up here dating football players and basketball players, and I'm with lobbyists and this and that. Next thing you know, Kim is telling Harry at the end of the junior year, it ain't you, it's me. We need to break up because I got to go get ready to graduate, and I don't want anything that's going to trip me up. I don't want anything too serious. I got to be able to go where the opportunities are. Okay. Have we heard this story before, guys? Have we seen this picture? And Harry is devastated.
Before I continue, make sure you guys hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I have one of my members here right now, the one Tevin King, 8931. And this man is on his way to being very prosperous, a highly productive man. Look out for Kevin, people. Kevin writes, everything that Kevin predicted is coming to fruition. There will never be another one like him. Gone way too soon. Rest in peace to the Godfather. Amen. Shout out to Tevin. Tevin, I know Dre was not doing nothing tonight, and I had this in plan to do this. I do appreciate you coming to the stream. And like everybody else, become a member. Tevin has been a member now I think you've been a member now for more than a year now, Tevin. Because usually it'll tell me how long you've been a member. I can't keep track, but you've been here a member a long time. And he is one of my very respectful members on this channel. A man that, like I said, entrusted and like what I do, and became a member on my channel. for good reasons. And not nothing I do on here, guys, is to really hurt y'all, but it really is to shine light to a lot of things that's going on socially within men and women relationships. Mostly, I do more focus a little bit more on the men than the women. If I do any content in regards to the ladies, it's to draw a greater point that someday should reflect on, learn, and hopefully to improve. But Kevin is one of my biggest members so far on this channel. All right, let's continue. And guys, like the stream and support the channel if you can. Thank you.
Over the summer, Kim has gone out to Hot Girl Summer because you know she's 21. At this time, 22. Oh, she can.
Okay. It said, remember for almost. It's almost going on 2 years now. It said 22 months, but yeah, 22 months. Yeah, almost 2 years. Man, damn. That's an accomplishment. Respect to you, Tevin. Respect. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going, guys.
She can pull anybody around these days because she's still fine, young, attending all our college parties. She can get into the clubs and everything else. Harry just turned 21.
Oh, Tevin, one question I forgot to ask you. My brother, did you get a chance to look at that book I sent you for your email? When I remember one time you support the channel in a small or big way. I gave you a PDF you could look at to just get a good look over. I also got a few more PDFs. Like I said, anybody support the channel, and depending on what the amount is, I will start sending some books for people to look at and read. You know, that I have in the archives. You know, which you guys could find for your own merit throughout the internet. But these are ones that I've gotten and I selected that I think is pretty much good for anybody to have in their own library to reference and read. So, all right, let's keep going.
Broke the bottom of his potential. Even if he get into the club, he can't afford the drinks. Damn sure can't park VIP. Kim is getting all the attention. Kim comes back her senior year, and she is doing it. She's interviewing. Next thing you know, she sees Harry. She's cool with Harry. You know, Kim actually goes, she decides to get on that carousel a little bit because she never really got that out of her system.
Yep.
And then it starts
That
getting
carousel.
around. Hey, man, did you used to kick it with Kim? You know, sophomore, junior year? Yeah, man. I saw over there with Trav, man. I saw over there with Dante. Yeah, man. Damn, Roger told me, you know, and next thing you know, Harry's on the yard hearing the love of his life just getting, you know, she's with these old F-boys.
Yep.
And he's like, dang, why are you going with these dudes? These dudes have horrible reputations. You know, one of these dudes even got that STD luggage. But she gets out here and he like, and then Harry still care about Kim, so even still trying to check up on her. He's simping. So anyway, this goes on. Kim is on top of the world. Harry's, you know, because she went from one monkey branch to another. Nobody quite want Harry because once a woman break up when she on the yard and go on to another one, you got the scarlet letter. They're like, ooh, what's wrong with him? He must not be this. So he goes this senior year by himself. Graduates, gets a job in the same city. But guess what? After graduation, Kim goes to get her job in HR somewhere, making $36,000 a year in Dallas or Atlanta. Let's give her 40. And Harry's making 40 himself. 45. Not much more, but still more. But she's still a youngster. She's out in Atlanta in the big city with her new apartment, and she's shopping at IKEA or West Elm, and she's getting all the little shit. She's going to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, and now she's in the gym, and she's going to Fashion Nova and getting these little things and going out here and here and here, and she's at this patio and that patio and this rooftop and that rooftop. She is out doing the damn thing on Instagram and Instacart and Facebook Live and all this other stuff, and they're still friends. They see her, and everywhere you see Kim, she everywhere. But what you don't see is Kim's relationship status changing. You don't see Kim's relationship status change. This always says it's complicated. And then people who used to know Kim find her on Bumble, Tinder, POF, all this other kind of stuff. Next thing you know, you look up and weirdo, lame-o Harry messed around and got a girlfriend. and they're in a relationship. Get back to Kim. Somebody tell Kim, hey man, remember Harry, the guy you used to kick it with in college? Yeah, girl, he's engaged to Janet. They're getting married. Kim feels some kind of way. Kim is feeling some kind of way by this time. And what did Kim say? Oh, you let a good one get away. Yeah, girl. He wouldn't start his own accounting practice or whatever. Even if he decided to not kick it with Janet, they run into each other at a college game, a homecoming or whatever. 5 years out, 5 years after they broke up, roughly 5, and she's in her mid-20s, and Harry starts looking real good. Because she done been on that CC for a minute, and she's getting tired. And she's 27. And then she start calling up random black men on YouTube talking about what I need to do to find my Henry. I'm trying to be a housewife and not work, and I'm tired of getting flued out, and I'm not getting flued out like I did when I was 21 because I'm 27 now, and the new models are on the lot. What do I need to do to make sure I can get Keith Henry? Then
That's simple. I got the answer for you. Be reborn. All right, let's go.
And instead of hollering at Steve Harvey, she ends up hollering at somebody like this.
Kiss the ring. Beep. You said you get on your knees, baby, and then you call the Godfather. And the Godfather said, my dear lady, for you, the only way I can help you, you must get on your knees and kiss my goddamn gold fucking ring, bitch. And Lobo, you know what they do, gentlemen? They get on their knees and kiss the ring. Godfather, please help me. I need a high value man. I'm tired of working. Hell, I'm tired of getting my back blown out by so many men, and the men don't come back. What can you do for me? And the Godfather says and reiterates, my dear sweetie, my dear darling, the only thing I could do for you, besides you kiss this ring, is to be reborn. If you know what I mean.
Hey man, remember Harry, the guy you used to kick it with in college? Yeah, girl, he's engaged to Janet. They're getting married. Kim feels some kind of way. Kim is feeling some kind of way by this time. And what did Kim say? Oh, you let a good one get away. Yeah, girl. He wouldn't start his own accounting practice or whatever. Even if he decided to not kick it with Janet, they run into each other at a college game, a homecoming or whatever. Yep. 5 years out, 5 years after they broke up, roughly 5, and she's in her mid-20s, and Harry starts looking real good. Because she done been on that CC for a minute. And she's getting tired. Yeah. And she's 27. And then she start calling up random black men on YouTube talking about what I need to do to find my Henry. I'm trying to be a housewife and not work, and I'm tired of getting flued out, and I'm not getting flued out like I did when I was 21 because I'm 27 now, and the new models are on the lot. What do I need to do to make sure I can get Keith Henry? Then instead of hollering at Steve Harvey, she ends up hollering at somebody like this. And then after a lot of this starts going on, she realized, oh, snap. I already met my husband. I already met my man. That guy I was with for 2 years, and he wanted to be serious with me. He had brought up marriage. He wanted.
Who that reminds you of, guys, from Mark B. Jordan's words, or what the people have said, what was his tension with Lori Hart? Does that ring a bell, gentlemen?
To marry me?
Ladies?
And I broke it off because I broke it off before he engaged because I didn't want to turn down the engagement. Yeah, that guy. The guy that was with for 4 years and he put up with all your BS and your attitude because he was with you from your junior year on through your senior year and the first year or so out of college. That guy. You know, the guy that you dumped around, 21 to 23 when all your white colleagues and counterparts, your white, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, and other counterparts were getting married at 21 and 23. You were leaving your boyfriend. You were leaving Harry. Well, not you, but women like you. It wasn't you because you got good sense. It wasn't you particularly. You got good sense. It was them other girls that was leaving their Harrys. You got your Harry. That's why you and your husband are watching the show, right? Oh, yeah, you're not married right now. That's right. But it's okay. You got a baby out of the deal.
Yep.
You ain't watching with your husband, but you're watching it with your 3-year-old. But you don't know where his daddy is. He's out living his life. And then you come into men's spaces. And when men are talking about things that women do, you say men are bashing women or trashing women because they're not talking like Steve Harvey and telling women you can put $50,000 and be an elephant when you just a rabbit. I ain't call you a chicken, you're a rabbit. And you were getting rabbit when you was at college, but you wanted to be an elephant while you was a rabbit. You wanted to be an elephant, but you still a rabbit. And now you can't even get rabbit. And then people telling the truth, you say they're bashing, they're downgrading, they're misogynistic, they're toxic, they're this, they're that. So you go to the guys who will tell you what you want to hear, and they'll end up telling you, you're the most lit on the dating scene at 40 years old, and buy my self-love book, and you're quality queen, and all. I mean, they keep telling you all this shit, but when you look around at Steve Harvey, Derek Jackson, Stephane Labossiere, Ace Metaphor, and any other names that people in the manosphere name, what do you never see in their audience? Oh, you never see these people in the chat room. You never see these men. You never see men because at the end of the day, the end consumer for the product that is women is men. We are the end consumer. They are the end consumer. And any guy who's had to go and get his Denzel, who's been Harry, who's had somebody he cared about, and end up having to get that while he's getting that lash. And you wonder why they are not running back out to get you like they did with that bright-eyed and bushy-tailed exuberance like they did when they was in high school and college when it was all free and new. Well, it's because how you treated them. Not only did you dump them when you should have kept them, you ran around and you got on that CC and hollered at all them fuck boys. And then you went out there and let everybody know that he was just all right. And you told people the reason we're not together because it's kind of and then every other guy knew that we can just get our turn on this doorknob. And everybody knew you messed around and left the good one.
Yep.
So whether that's his story and your particular guys are out there like, well, cool. Now, they ain't walking around bitter. They're just saying we're going to be cautious because now I'm at a place to where if I was where I am now, then you wouldn't have left him. You'd have been holding on for dear life if you were there, if you were where you are now, then. What do you hear women? Well, if I knew then what I know now, well, if you'd have had your daddy.
And promise, Lori had Steve, and he was a stepdaddy, and he listened to him. What chance you think you got, ladies? To most of them got no fathers, but listen to your mothers. Where will you end up now? Case point, Lori. This is really goes out for you, sweetie. This is why when Kevin made this content almost 6 years ago, he's talking about not just any regular woman or low-level woman. He's talking about all women of all levels, including Miss Harvey. You still want to ride the CC, the cock carousel, and you love it. And really, truly, I think it's the fault of a lot of us men because we really deal with a lot of these women that are on the CC like no tomorrow, personally, and we give them too much chance. And once they decide to, skedaddle, you'll find some men on the average, and maybe not on average, but it's times have changed now. Well, I'm not taking back these chicks, and it's a good sign. All right, let's continue.
Your mama wouldn't have alienated your father. If women hadn't kept telling you that it's always men's fault. If you finally come over to places to start listening to men instead of demonizing for men for talking like men and being direct with you, you might not be in the position you're in right now asking, where are all the good men at? Where are all the good men at? Why can't I find no good men? Look in your resume, look in your history, look in your trash heap. That's where he is. You already had your good man. You just blew it.
You just blew it.
So when you end up calling into a show and I tell you, oh, 2 years, 4 years, and you're in your 20s, that's a long time to be with somebody. 2 years at 20, that's 10% of your life. 4 years at 20, that's 20% of your life. You need to go on back to that dude on bended knee and see what you can work out. What do you hear? Oh, what? No, I can't do that. So what are you going to do? What's the alternative? You just going to stay out here? Kick it in them streets? See if you can find another one? Keep running the clock out?
Yep. Like
think
Lori.
it's men's fault?
African family, so they're very conservative.
Think it's men's fault?
You just blew it. You had a guy that was with you.
James, you've been married for 3 years? How long? 7 years.
Is his wife over there?
No, they are separated.
Oh. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, I would tell you this. Fathers should be involved in this process. I'm hearing all kind of red flags. You know, one, you had a 4-year relationship that you ended with a guy because he lacked ambition, I guess. Seems to be doing just fine for a guy who's like, what, 2 years older than you? He's making $80,000.
I realize that now.
Right.
I realize
think
that
he's
now.
making 3 times your age. He sounds like he's doing just fine.
That's true.
How long ago was you talk to him?
He was actually here a few months ago.
So
He came to Atlanta.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out here. Ladies, a lot of you have already met your husband. You just blew it.
You just blew it. Yep.
That's the next show. A lot of you ladies already have met your husband. You just blew it.
Blew it.
You had a guy that was with you 4 years and you ended that relationship. That was a mistake. Honestly, if he was able to put up with your demeanor, I mean, that's much mean he cared about you. He had to love you. What do y'all ever talked? Okay, have you apologized to him?
Yes, we were still cool. We were still talking for the few years following.
But he's still talking to you. Does he still contact you?
Yes, he does.
So he still cares about you.
Yes.
Then why don't you get back with the man you should have married years ago and stop playing?
Yep.
Why is that such a revolution? Why is that such a revelation to women? You had a man in your life for years and you dumped him. And he's still cool with you. He'll still talk to you.
Yep.
Why don't you go back? Because you're still using his non-sexual attention. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry.
Yeah.
He has to want it too.
No, ma'am. Why don't you get back with your
Listen.
man you should have married years ago and stop playing?
Stop playing.
He has to want it too.
No, ma'am. It's on you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him.
Woo!
He has to want it too. He didn't break up with you. You broke up with him and broke his heart. He has to want it too. No, it's up to you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him. And the first thing was like, woo! See, it's hard for women when they think they're better than you.
Yep.
When they think that they were going to find greener grass on the other side.
But there's no green grass.
It's hard for women to put that ego and that pride. And that's why so many of our sisters stay stuck. Ridiculous ego and pride when you average looking, average job, average person. You had a normal average man and he was able to put up with yourself.
This should be a lesson learned for all ladies, including you top tier ladies that already come across and knew Kevin did this content years ago. And here's a side note for a lot of people that made far to this video. A lot of celebrities, to those that don't know, watch Kevin's material for the last couple years, including those celebrities that you ladies worship, from Beyonce, Vivica, Lisa Ray, including Lori goddamn Harvey. And we have to really verify that because these women are reflections of their choices. It's that simple. Let's keep going.
And the notion of just humbling yourself,
but she was
and actually crawling back to him because you did some damage. It's like, woo! No, I would consider it if he came back to me. Think about what most of these sisters say. I don't know about her in particular. Think about what most of these sisters say. Yeah, I would consider getting back with him if he turned around and came over here and kissed my butt and approached me and brought up the idea. Really?
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 Broken glass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You fucked up. You had him 21, 4 years. And you blew him off, not because he was beating you, whipping you, drug addict, whatever, not cheating on you, whatever bullshit you called here about. He wasn't doing none of that. That ain't what you said. He was a good man. You just threw him out because he wasn't where you thought he should be, which is he was normal.
She said it was not spontaneous. You throw away a good man who's a truck driver now, making more money, and he's still in your sights. And she said he has to make it back. I gotta ask you, sis, can you guys stop listening to Steve Harvey and them? Because they got your head thinking that you should be big game when you're a rabbit. Steve don't have no hunters for you. And the hunter that tried to secure you, you think you'll be doing him a favor by going back. Let me be the first one to tell you, newsflash. If he were to take you back, he's doing you a favor. You're not doing him a favor.
You get it? That's why Michael B. Jordan, wherever the tabloids, wherever this information that we see circling on the internet, from what is said, that she tried to reach back to him, whether her mother advised to do it or not, Michael B. Jordan made the executive decision and said, no, thank you. And now he made no thank you. His actions speak louder than words. By blocking your number and ignoring you. Well played, Mr. Jordan. Let's continue.
I don't know where some of you ladies get off thinking that you should be able to demand the most when you're just normal.
Normal. He's
not this and he's not that. And you're not those things either. Because if you were, you'd already have it by now.
Exactly.
Let me also say this truthfully. Truthfully. There are many people, forces out there that have a concerted interest in keeping black men and black women separate. There is a multi-billion-dollar industry built on black men being alone and black women being alone. Yep. So much so that the mere thought of a man talking to women freaks people out. To a mere thought of a woman actually moderating her position and saying all black men ain't bad, they want to start calling her pick-me's and slamming her. Think about what happens when somebody just comes along and says, the world's not over.
Nope.
There's still some hope out there for people. I don't know what percentage, but not all of them bad. Now the world is, think about it. Why so much energy to keep the status quo, the chaos?
The true chaos.
There are people who are like, yeah, stay prideful, stay egotistical, because as long as you're out there by yourself, women, you are a consumer. You have to buy. You have to buy. You have to pay. Yeah. You have to pay the state. for your police, fire department, EMTs, all that. See, all that stuff will be your man. You got to consume. You got to get out and go with your girlfriends to do hot girl summer and dinner parties and all that kind of stuff to fill the void that's missing from what I just put in the chat room. We are social creatures and have a deep underlying desire to find that one perfect person to spend time with for the rest of our days. Just a quote I pulled up from Psychology Today. I don't believe the perfect person part, but you understand the sentiment. We are social creatures. We are social creatures, and there is a market effort to keep Black women dysfunctional and alone, and Black men the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not buying. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to tell the guys that you left, the guys that you thought weren't good enough, the guys that if they turn around and married a white woman, you'd be calling them sellouts and all this other kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell them they got to lift one finger to come back to you. Nope. You got to go back. See, I'm going to be real clear. If you actually had your guy and you blew it, it's on you to fix it. If it's not going to be chicken or egg, man got to lead, knock all that bull crap off. You blew it, you go back. That's the test.
Yeah.
If you can't go back, congratulations. Enjoy the open dating market where there are 2 million more Black women than Black men. And depending upon what kind of man you want, he got to be over 6 feet tall, over 6 figures. You're trying to get an even smaller piece of the pie the older you get. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I know many. Why can I tell that story? Because I know dozens of men who this has happened to. I'm not going to say anybody's name, but I've seen this so many times in my personal life. You know, men who loved women when they were young, but the women just didn't want to settle down. What in the French toast? Men wanting to settle down, but women, I don't want to settle down because you were told, because you halfway cute, that you could get a millionaire because you sitting on gold. And it turns out you realized it wasn't. Every guy after the one you dumped was less than this guy. And instead of going back to him off the rip and saying, "Oh my God, Harry, I made the biggest mistake. I went out here and I dated Reggie. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I did. What do I have to do to fix it? I'll do whatever you ask. Please just give me another chance. I messed up. Please. Miss Harry, will you please tell Harry to take me? Please, Miss Harry, please. Miss Big Mama Harry, please, Miss Big Mama Harry, please. Oh, my Harry bad. He won't take me. Pastor, he won't take me. And then having Pastor Big Mama and Mama Harry. Look here, Harry. I know she messed up, but the girl done called and cried. She done cut Big Mama's yard, and she took her money out of tithes and offerings, and she then went over here and bought a turkey. Now look, boy, I know you mad at her. I know she messed up, but this woman didn't have me, Big Mama, the pastor, the church ladies. She's at your house every morning with muffins for the last 7 days. Can you at least listen to her? I think this time she may be serious. Now that's your mama saying that. But see, there's some Black women, there were some women in the chat room be like, "Oh, hell no. I would never humiliate myself for that." Oh no, you'll just go ahead and put more miles on the car. You'll just keep being Avis Rent-A-Car, right? You'll just keep being Enterprise. Enterprise will get you there. You'll keep being Uber.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Keep running that total up. Whoop, whoop. Like sign on McDonald's.
That body count rising, baby.
Like the guy who loved you wasn't good enough. The guy who was into you wasn't good enough. No, you think you're going to go find it out there, just random out there on the market. I don't know why y'all think y'all going to randomly find it out on the dating market when you couldn't find it, when you already found it when you was on the college campus or in a controlled environment in your youth, in your early times. The people you find early on in life are the people who fall in love or fall in like or whatever with the real you, not your income, not your car. They like you for you. Just face it. You weren't raised to be a girlfriend or a wife. It freaked you out. It freaked you out. It freaked you out when you was too young and you were too silly to handle it.
Yeah.
He was too nice too soon. How many women do you know have told a man, yeah, he was too good too soon. I wasn't ready to be serious. Oh, you wanted to go out and be a slizzy? Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah,
How'd that work out for you? See, other folks will sit down and square up. You know, Becky will go ahead and be like, I am not trying to be out here by myself. I'm trying to get squared away. Nope, I'm good. I had my sorority fun. I was drunk at parties, passed out. We did all that stuff, but now that's a wrap. I'm done. I've got PTA meetings and cookies to bake. Nope. But you out here commuting every day pre-COVID. You out here driving to work, fighting, paying tolls, packing lunches because you're broke. Because it ain't like you're making all that money. It ain't like a lot of women out here just making all this damn money. You got an average job, doing average things, just like that woman who was a teacher's aide, leaving your husband and talking about getting a high value man. What? You had him. You had him. But that means I gotta actually do what? I mean, can he come back to me? I mean, can he watch this show and know that that's me and know that I'm thinking that I want him to come back to me and know that if he comes back to me, I'll take him back? Can he do all that? Why do I have to do that? All this damn pride, man. Pride gonna keep you alone. Join the show, ladies.
All right.
Tell me what I got wrong.
All right. That's the end of it. That was lengthy, but I had to make a bigger point by doing that and playing all this. To roll back and recap to all this. Lori Harvey, as much time as we want to admit or not, yes, she is a very attractive woman. And in her mind, because she got unfortunate bad advice from her mother, she thinks she could, as a 20-some-year-old woman in the 21st century, could play the fiddle, play the fence, and in hopes, or really she's expecting that a man of actual value from her choice is going to swoop her up when she's ready to settle down and become a wife. To be honest with you, that's not happening. Now, a lot of people criticize Chaos Reign, saying, well, someone's going to marry her and put her in and give her some kids. And I said, that's a possibility. I no doubt that's going to really happen. But the quality of men that she's around and the time she's out here in these streets shows her actual value. And really her value right now as it stands is trash. Most of the men that's been watching how she moves, and don't be fooled because she has an NDA that you think she's safe, because no one's know the business between her and her previous, what is really the engagement she had with these old relationships, or I like to call it situationships. That's not really a non-factor. It's really irrelevant, because most men, if they're really up on game, which most men are because of the internet, they're going to look at her track record and look at the quality men that she is engaged into, mess around with, and they can make the decision, say, nope, I'm good, baby. I'm good. But if you give me some pussy, I mean, I'll take that. But other than that, I'm good. And the reason why that is because how she moving out here as a so-called a stepdaughter's And the funny thing about it, because the mother was mad and then she got mad in a way, their anger is not justified to me. And the reason why I say it's not justified is because you've been with this man for nearly a year, maybe 2 years, and he was very much intentional. Now, we can go back and really look at what they said, what lead to the ending of the relationship. I'll be personally honest, you guys never gonna know what really ended the relationship. Personally, you only get little buzzwords, some phrase, some little things. She throws some snaps at social media of what is why she left the relationship. I remember that same year, 2.5 years ago, where a lot of people were doing content, especially saying with the funnels gloves, say she up her conquering and colonize these men. That is a fucking L. And what I mean, it's an L because you should be your men and the men that you engage in a relationship should be less. I should not be seeing you with different men and your relationship don't even last 4 to 5 years. These relationships are not even surviving a year. You bounce around cock after cock with intentions. And the only thing you have to show for it is after a man busts a couple loads, he might spend some food, take you out, carry you around a little bit, take some pictures. The relationship's over. He's on to bigger, better things. And it's going to probably eventually marry a woman that is serious with her attention and serious with her life. And that's how things move forward with a lot of these men. So, what's his name? Desmond is going to probably eventually have to move on, which he needs to move on, and he will move on. And once he move on, I could see him starting to rise as a regular actor, move forward. He can't do it around Lori Hart. It's impossible. I'm sorry, guys. So those that will survive to the length of this live stream, if you didn't catch what I'm saying, that's on you. That once Desmond moves on, that's when his rhythm of stardom will rise. And I think Michael see this firsthand. So her ending the relationship with Michael, he did him a favor. Because look where he is now. He's an Oscar winner. And the future for him is I only see him going much better and higher. While her body count keep rising, his credentials and his awards will go up. That's how I see the future with a lot of these men if they're dealing with Lori Harvey. It makes sense why she had to go and try to make some form of reach back connection with Michael, because he's at an upper trajectory and she wants to get a piece of that and maybe go as far as maybe take some credit. Let's be honest, because her mother kind of runs things in that family. And I think she want to do the same thing with Michael, and that's not going to happen. So in conclusion to all this, all these little dumb rumors about Michael, whether he's cheating or he might be engaged in homosexual activities, I dead that from the start. And the reason why I did it from the start, because I see this man with great potential, and he's using his potential to the fullest extent. And he's doing some things. He's making numbers. He's doing big things. And what I notice with a lot of women, especially black women, they like to talk shit and downgrade and say some dumb shit because of how you're moving as a man. They will never have the same energy for Mr. Charlie, Zaddy, or anything else. But to black men, they will have all the fire and smoke. Because black men, unfortunately, I'm be honest with you, we allow it. That's our fault. No bitch should be able to dictate our destiny and throw shit in our way without any saying or any type of pushback. And now it's here. A lot of men are pushing back, and a lot of women don't like it. I think most women that even do content on this about Michael B. Jordan, whether in good faith or not, will say some dumb shit that he should never respond. He should never give these women no attention, even reference in regards to how he's treated. And he was not being bad when he said that, he remember you. And the one thing remember is the doubt or the negativity you said towards him. That's all in good faith. And I'm not knocking the brother because he's shown his success speaks for itself. He is reminding you of how he got to success. And he thanks you, especially that little light-skinned chick from New Jersey, how she got in her feelings. Get over it, baby. Get over it. It is what it is. Live life. Life moves on. And now, what's your thoughts in the comment section? Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know I did. It's a lengthier stream than my usual streams. but it's all good. It's all for the love. I'll be looking forward to hearing y'all in the comment section at the end of this video. If you do me a favor, please hype this video. And if you're not subscribed to the Chaos Reign Show and subscribe to my many social media links, they're all in the description below. So I appreciate those that watch today's channel. Hype the video. I'll be anticipating certain comments after the stream, maybe not. It is what it is. Well, on that, thank y'all for watching today's stream. Until next time, guys, and I mean next time, literally. Let it get us.
Midnight whispers, velvet shadows fall again. In the silence of desire, let the chaos reign, Neon halos in the rain, ghosts of lovers call my name. Velvet darkness on your skin, pull me deeper into sin. Every touch a slow decay, every promise strips away. In your eyes I see the flame, calling softly through the pain. Heaven fades into the night, truth dissolves beneath the light. Every heartbeat screams your name, whisper softly.
Chaos reigns.
Let the chaos reign tonight, lost between the dark and light. Hearts collide inside the flame, no salvation in the game. Let the chaos take control, feel the thunder in your soul. In the silence of the pain, let the chaos reign. Crimson moon across the sky, fallen angels passing by. Every kiss a sweet disguise, fire dancing in your eye. With the cinders they deny, two dark shadows side by side. When the world dissolves away, chaos finds another way. Heaven fades into the night, truth dissolves beneath the light. Every heartbeat screams your name, whisper softly, chaos reign. Let the chaos reign tonight, lost between the dark and light. Hearts collide inside the flame, no salvation in the game. Let the chaos take control, feel the thunder in your soul.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign